Well, I'm Tina and I've been at the school 24 years, but I've worked on site work 20 years. I deal with lettings, mornings, afternoons, evenings, weekends. I lock the building up and unlock first thing in the mornings. And make sure the building's all ready for school for when the children come back in. And that's basically my evening day roles, what I do here. My colleague here, Sarah, we often chat about different things that's happened while I've been in the building, and said to Sarah a couple of things that we've had mysterious goings on, which can be a little bit scary at times, but you just get on and think, well, nobody's here, so what is going on? And Sarah, my colleague, will say, oh, you left a window open or a door was open when I came in. Did you leave it open or did you put the heating on? And I haven't done, but Sarah can tell you more about that.
So I'm Sarah. I've worked within the building for 14 years. I'm mainly here during the school day, working up in an area now with students. So I'm not here so much when the building's empty, as Tina is, but over the years, I've heard the stories of goings on within the building, and I think there's definitely something about the building. It's a very special building with a special feel, and it does have something to tell us, but we haven't quite worked out what it is yet, but it does definitely communicate with the people that are in it.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I can give you an incident where I've locked up rooms and gone back and lights have been suddenly switched on. Voices you hear, many voices you hear, past student voices you'll hear, staff's voices you'll hear, and footsteps, definitely footsteps, and doors will mysteriously open in the corridor. You'll go to see who's there and there's no one there. You can also sense someone's looking at you when you go to different parts of the building. As I've said to Sarah, it's a bit eerie in places. Down the science area, PE area is a particular hot spot. I've come in from a lock-up and I've heard people calling me, and I've gone to look and there's nobody in the building. I've heard children calling me, miss, but there's nobody there.
And with the PE area, is that one of the older parts of the school?
Yeah, that is one of the older.
It does sort of link back to very much to the history and the energy that's been in the school, all the children through the years.
My colleague, the site manager, Tony, he's had a few experiences which he'd never known about until he came here. A couple of incidents when he's been in his shed, his tools have moved mysteriously off the wall. And paperwork has mysteriously gone from his desk, and he thought another colleague had moved it.
And then has been returned later, hasn't it? It's not that it's vanished for good. No. So it's almost like, having a bit of a joke.
That's right.
There's a sense of fun about it all. No malice. No one's ever been scared.
No, there's never been a point where you've walked out the building and thought, I'm not coming back again. Many people will say, well, how do you feel when you lock up? How do you feel when you walk around? I walk around in the dark. I'm not frightened. It's calming. There's no fear in here at all. Another good place is the boiler house. There's strange things that do happen there. The site manager has put his pen down and he's come in the next morning. His pen is across the other side of the room. Yeah. Bearing in mind nobody's been able to get into the boiler house. And Tony has mentioned many a times he can hear voices when he's in his boiler house. And
but it's not a distinct voice.
No, it's like
he can
actually
catch. He can't catch what is being said.
No,
he's tried.
Right. He's tried to listen.
It's just that little bit too distant for you to actually hear the words that are being said. But there's definitely like a whispering sound.
That's right. And as I say, the voices you will hear down the corridors. Upstairs you'll hear them. You'll hear doors slam when there's nobody in the building.
Locked up areas.
Absolutely. And running up the stairs, across the floors. As I say, Sarah's seen strange things where like a window will suddenly open. She'll think, well, that was shut a minute ago. Or the door will just open on its own. It's quite an interesting place to work, but a safe place to work. As I say, past staff, you'll often think you hear them calling you or talking to you, and you'll look and they're not there. So, but that's it really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a happy place, very happy.
And people have always said that over the years.
That's right, yeah. They've come here to work.
Many visitors have always said as soon as you come in the building, you always feel welcome. Yeah. And it's got a lovely feel. It's a nice place to be. Yeah, definitely.
Most.
Yeah.
I think possibly some people wouldn't stay. They would feel very unnerved. But you don't need to feel like that. No,
because you've been in other buildings, haven't you? When
I've been to
caretaking for fellow schools, and it's totally different.
Absolutely.
And you didn't like being there at all.
No,
it's a definite feeling that goes with the building. It's not that you're brave.
No, I'm not brave. No, I'm definitely not brave.
No, but Tina wouldn't stay if she ever felt anything malicious or threatening. Definitely not. No.
As I say, you just feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I've seen shadows. I've walked up the corridor. Kitchen I've been into, and when I'm at the sink or just coming through, I have seen something appear beside me, and I've looked, but there's nobody there. But you can sense somebody's there, because sometimes you'll get a chill, or you might just get a slight rush, so as if something's gone past, but not actually visibly seen. One of the previous site managers did see someone, because he was in dark clothing, but as he was walking through the top end of the building, he saw somebody as if they were in a high-vis jacket, which there was no rhyme or reason for him to see that there was anybody in there. It was just a high-vis jacket with somebody walking past a door that he was going to enter. So he's seen several things. We've had other people have said, I've been down the corridor and I thought I saw a man standing at the top of the stairs or a lady standing at the bottom of the stairs. Other people have seen shadows and other people, but mostly we feel and sense and get the shadows that,
because when the office manager's been in, she's come in at a weekend sometimes and done work, and she'll assume it's you,
that's right,
or that it's Tony and that they're on site, because she'll hear them and people have caught her eye.
Yeah, that's right.
And she'll assume it's you, that's so right. She'll be relaxed about it, and then she'll say later on to Tina, when you were at my end earlier on, why didn't you pop in the office? Right, and Tina said, I haven't been. I've been outside. This is the first time I've come over this side of the building, and so things sort of get revealed in that way, don't they?
We just sort of have general conversations, and as I say, other site staff have seen things, and and you think, no, I didn't. I missed that one, but
of course, just recently, the staff in the building, so within the last couple of weeks, the staff in the building, we have all been notified that our contracts will be coming to an end, and the building will be being demolished, and a new school being built on the site. And we've been shocked, haven't we, at the extent of activity that has gone on since the staff were given that news. And we don't know whether it's our energy affecting the building, and perhaps that's what it is, or whether the building is also a bit shocked, a bit fearful about what might happen in the future, and who's going to take it over do goodness knows what to it. But it's been a lot more, hasn't there? It's like last week when you come in the very next day.
Yeah, it was. I came in to unlock as usual, and before I'd even got to the gate, I'd had an alarm call out by the site manager and asking me if I was all right, because the alarms had all gone off. And I said, well, they've only just this second, for no reason at all, the whole building alarmed. So I came in to set the alarm, disable them all and check everywhere around. And it came up in a particular area in the school, and I said to the site manager, right, I'm fine. And I'm fine. It's whatever it is, I'll find out where it is. And I came down to the building, unlocked the main part. When I came through the top part of the building, which is into the dining hall and the assembly point, I opened through the door, and as I opened the door, I was hit with a huge amount of heat, to the point I felt like I was I'd come out of a cool room into a hot air. I gasped, came all the way down the corridor. As I got to the bottom here, the heat in this whole part of the building, which is normally quite a building that's quite cool.
It's a big area, it's normally
it's a
area.
lovely cool area, but the heat in this area was unbelievable. To the point I was to set out chairs and get things ready for an evening let, and I couldn't even manage to move the chairs around to put things out because it was so hot that, to me, I think I've probably been quite poorly with it. It was very, very hot in here. To the site manager, I spoke to him and said, is the heating playing up? Because I can't, it's unbearable. He came in, I'd gone home by then, and he phoned to say that, no, the heating's fine, there's no temperature problems. It's the same heat as it is normally.
He actually thought it was cold, didn't he?
He
only
said
came in an hour later.
Yeah, and he said, no, the heating, he said, the boilers are not playing up. There's no reason for it to have been hot. I said, Tone, I can't. It was so hot. It was unbelievable. So, I thought, is the building a little bit sad today? Because we were, feeling a little bit under the, under the weather with everything, what was going on. So
there was a window open on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, there was a window for no reason to.
No reason, wide open.
No, nothing at all.
So it was an area that was all locked up, and it all happened so very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just feel that it's just picked up vibes. But as I say, it's a nice building to be in. Nothing to be scared of. No. Or, as we've said, everybody likes coming here, and
I
go
think
away.
we'd want to get that across, wouldn't we? Anyone that watches, we'd want to say, it's a nice building.
Yeah.
So whatever happens here, it'll always be a special site, we think. Yeah.